Fallout 76 is a very talked about game in the gaming community today, and it has a lot of negative criticism going around because it's the first multiplayer Fallout game, and I'm here to tell you the pros and cons of the game.
Full of unsavory characters and few morals.
With the aspect of multiplayer in Fallout 76, the main thing is players and the player base itself. Now, the players in Fallout 76 have an option to trade, kill other players, or team up and create a settlement. Most people in this game do create settlements. Not many people, as you would think, run around, gun you down, take your junk. Now, when you do kill somebody in this game, you only take their junk. You cannot take their apparel, you cannot take their weapons, you cannot take their aid, their misc, anything, alright? Only their junk, only their building parts, only the stuff for their settlements, only the building stuff for their armor, guns, settlements. Can't take anything else. Now, it's not necessarily a bad thing. The aspect of players in this game is overall greatly giving the game a higher rating by itself. But some people don't like that aspect that you can kill someone easily. But you can only initiate PvP once you turn level 5. And when you turn level 5, you can rain hell. But as Todd Howard said, if you shoot someone first, it's like a slap on the face. Okay, it doesn't really hurt, but you do get annoyed. Keep slapping that person, you're going to go into combat. Now, if I shot someone with a hunting rifle in this game, it will only do one damage. But if they shoot back, they do full damage. I shoot them back, they do full damage. It's basically like accepting a PvP request in WoW. It's basically the same exact thing. And I like that aspect because it gives players... It doesn't force players to do PvP, and it has some peacefulness to the game. Now, as you see, I'm running towards this guy right here, and he's level 11. He's higher than level 5. I was level 15. So technically, we could initiate combat. I pull out the double barrel, and right here, I'm going to taunt him, and I'm going to shoot him right in the head. As I shot him, you see at the bottom, reward, 11 caps. Now, I'm attacking him. This guy shoots me back, he will do full damage. If I kill him, I get 11 caps from him, not all of his money. But the team-up system is really good also, because you can teleport to that person on the map without paying caps. Because if you have to fast travel in this game, you have to pay caps. If you have a camp or you find a settlement, that person can build with you in that camp or in that settlement. I really do like that aspect. But teammates could also unfriend you from their team, and can easily kill you and take your stuff. Now, something like that I don't agree with, but hey, it's a survival game.
Note that the S in science stands for safety.
Since they carried over the base building system from Fallout 4 over to Fallout 76, this allows the players to build anywhere they want besides near a named location. For instance, the town of Flatwoods is right behind me, but I cannot build within, I think, like a 50 feet radius from it, so I have to build outside of the town. As you can see, the town is just over there, and there's the agricultural center for Vault-Tec over there. I'm placing my camp, which does cost caps. I don't know if it costs caps when you first plant it, but I just placed it. Cost me 12 caps. I probably moved it because if you have to move it from another section to a new section where you want to build, then it costs caps. Now, the base building is, you know, the same exact thing as Fallout 4, besides certain textures are a little bit off, and Just like Fallout 4, it's pretty wonky and pretty glitchy. As you can see here, it won't let me place this, but clearly there is a spot right here I can place it. So I try again, and I move it, and it still doesn't work, and this makes people very frustrated, including myself. And it's very upsetting. I see right here it's green, but I don't want it there. But it's very upsetting because it won't. You think that they'd fix it from Fallout 4, but I'm guessing not, or maybe hopefully it's just because it's beta. Now right here it's red, but it turns green. Now here's something that just confuses me. If it's green, it means you can build there. I'm spamming X right here. Right there you can hear it, and it doesn't let me place it. That really made me frustrated, so I had to place it in the spot that I do not want it in. Now you might be saying, well, get over it, it's just a little building. Yes, but we all like to have our buildings a certain way, in a certain location, how they look and all that good stuff. Anyway, base building is the same, but what I don't like is how anybody can enter your base. As far as I know, besides powered doors and having a switch somehow, there's no way to stop a player from getting in a random base you have. If I have a normal door in that door frame right there, they can easily open it. And you can see there's a player over there who just killed a ghoul. He's going to walk over to my base as I wave him hello. Now, thankfully he doesn't do anything because he's level 4 and he can't harm me. But he just passes by and he likes to see my base. And then he goes off and I never see him again. So I continue back on my building, and the snap system is very good. I like how it's very smooth and easy. I think the glitchy part is placing something that's not snappable. For instance, when I first placed this foundation that I saved from an earlier build, it wouldn't let me place it. Now right here, I'm trying to place a wooden frame on top of this log or branch, but it won't let me place it. So I have to resort to building in a style I do not want to base in, which is very upsetting. Now I can easily move my camp. You can move it anywhere on the property that you claimed, and you can still build there. You have to build within the green zone, just like Fallout 4. And then top right, there's a budget on how much you can build. Like, not money-wise, but the limit, like Fallout 4. So right here, I ran out of resources, as you could see. And the resource system is the same exact resource system from Fallout 4. You need junk to build. And if I leave my base unattended, anybody can walk in. And the walls and door frames do have health. I saw when the AI attacked my base. They do have health, so I don't know how raiding bases is gonna go, because most people just build stash boxes, which is basically like an ender chest from Minecraft. Anybody can open that, but it's only their items, and you build another stash box that has the same exact item, so it's basically like an ender chest from Minecraft. So technically people can't steal stuff out of your stash box, which it doesn't really make sense for a game that walls get destroyed, because you think typically with raiding, while your walls and base can get destroyed. Now I placed a little add-on from an previous build I have, and there's a weapon workbench in here, and you can place crafting benches, but you have to have plans. You can't use perks now. You have to have plans to build certain stuff. You don't need perks to build stuff now. You have to have plans, which you find off corpses, chests. You find them from quests, you find them from everything.
That's why we've provided you with the Vault-Tec assisted targeting system, so you can scan the threat and pinpoint areas of weakness. And
the combat in Fallout 76 is the same from Fallout 4, besides the differences in guns. For instance, from Fallout 3 and New Vegas, I cannot recall from 1 and 2, they have the condition system back for your weapons. As you can see there at my scroll wheel for my weapons, the weapons now have conditions. Just like Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3, you had to repair your weapons at a weapon workbench, and that does cost junk. Right now I'm shooting a mole miner in the... I'm just shooting a mole miner right now, and what I don't like is the fact that it's pretty buggy. Now, I don't know if you saw, but I shot that mole miner a few times in the head back there. Not right now. And it did not as much damage as you expect. But maybe that's just a gun, because this gun is level 10 or 15. But the guns in this game you have to have levels for. You can't use a level 20 sniper, you have to be level 20 and use it, and most snipers level 20. That's what I dislike about it. Now I'm shooting this mole miner foreman, and they come equipped with a glove that has knives on it, not really a Deathclaw gauntlet. So the VATS in this game is not slow time, it's real time. The VATS does not slow down your game like Fallout 4 or from previous Fallout installments. It does not pause the game. It is real time. Your enemy you are shooting will keep on moving until he is dead or you exit VATS. People say this system is a bit laggy and disappointing. I find it very it's on a very good side right now. It's not laggy. But there might be some bugs, like if I shoot someone, it won't register, but it's a beta, you can't really blame it. But the VAT system isn't bad. It's a good thing to work on. It's like I said, it's not bad, but it's a good experimental idea, a real-time VATS. Now, obviously, lots of people are not going to like this who are from the single-player Fallout games and are used to slow time / pause time VATS. And hey, that's okay, this game's not for everybody and it's not perfect, it's a beta, they're going to change things over time. So later, I tag along with my brother Nate, and there was a mole miner stuck in the bathroom stall, hysterically, and we easily pick him off with a few stabs and a few shots to the head. Now, obviously, I'm not worried about this because not every Fallout game is perfect, so that's not really a big deal. But, so we're looting for necessities like food and water because you do need to drink and eat in this game, which I do like that aspect. It's basically survival mode, but it's not as hardcore as Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas, hardcore mode or survival mode because that was intense. But for the guns, there is 40 new guns there's Fallout 4 guns, and there's 40 new guns added from that. Now, I don't have a direct list on all of them, but I'm pretty sure you will be able to find a list somewhere. Maybe I'll post a link in the description on where you can find a list. But for the guns, about the level system, I don't like that. That's it's a con, but it's also a pro, so it's in the middle. I can understand why Bethesda implemented this because they do not want a level 5 who just got started PvP running around with a nuke launcher and blowing people up left and right. Same with the missile launcher. They do not want that. I understand, but kind of sucks. Like if you're like me and you just got done killing all these mole miners, and you find a hardened 50 caliber sniper rifle on top of a roof. Oh giddy, I found a sniper. Oh wait, I had to be level 25 to use it. That is very disappointing, but I can see why they did this. So don't hate Bethesda. It's not preferred by players, but it's a smart idea to prevent griefing and lots of it.
It is the unfortunate truth that when you go above ground, you will be faced with many post-nuclear...
The quest system in Fallout 76 is not my favorite from previous installments. People were afraid that this game wasn't going to have a storyline, and technically it does, but it is a labeled side quest. The main quest you find when you go to Flatwoods, I'm not going to say what it is, spoilers, but the main quest is something different from finding the Overseer, which you can see in the top right, Overseer's mission, follow the Overseer's journey, which you would think is the main quest, because you leave the vault for Reclamation Day, and you have to find the Overseer's camps and all the logs. it first starts out as a main mission, but later it gets moved aside. Now, the main missions are basically for the factions in the game. The Responders, the Raiders, I don't know about the Brotherhood of Steel, the Enclave, or the First State, or the States. Now what I dislike right here is the events. Event battle bot on the top, you can see it right there. I just got rewards for completing it. These events are pretty annoying. If you have your base set up next to an event, whenever that event happens, you will be initiated in that event. And it is a very unpreferred system, and it really makes me mad when I'm trying to build and I get placed in an event and I have AI attacking me and I have bombs going off next to my base. That is very, very disliked by me. But besides that, the quests are very simple and easy. The quests take you around the whole map of West Virginia, and it wants the player to explore and grasp the situation going on, which I like. It doesn't keep you in one spot where you start, aka the forest. It moves you down to the mire, Cranberry Bog, the Toxic Valley, moves you all to the different sections of Fallout 76. That's a good idea. We don't want the players staying in one spot. Now they can. Remember, this is a multiplayer game. You don't have to do the story just like any other Fallout game. You can do whatever you want. But it's good to have the player explore and look around, see where they want to find a base. Because typically the better weapons are found in the harder areas. For instance, you're not going to find a 50 caliber sniper or a missile launcher in the forest. That's where all the newbies are and the beginners. You're probably going to find that in the toxic area or the bog, Cranberry Bog.
That's why we at Vault-Tec have prepared these educational materials for you to better understand the 7 defining attributes that make you special.
The perks in Fallout 76 are card-based, which worries lots of people since microtransactions are typically attended with card-based systems. But there is new perks, and I do like that, and it goes from special with your strength, perception, intelligence, charisma, I forgot endurance, agility, and luck, and I do like that. It's very good how they keep the natural stuff. Now you can get the usual perks like run faster, generate more AP. You can get stuff for scrapping armor, gun nut, typical stuff, and there's no microtransactions, and you can equip a certain amount of the cards in each deck. Now before the beta time ends and the beta comes to an end, I build my shack to play in a future date, and when I get the game, it's nice to know that my brother and I can build a shack in the middle of the woods and have defenses. As you can see, we have our power armor frames in the middle. We have our workbenches. We have 2 beds, and we have a stash box to store stuff. And I conclude this review of Fallout 76 leading up to you. But in my personal opinion, the game has hope and is not entirely bad.